Hello and welcome to Thehayteamtv. Hi.
No.
Still?
Still. I'm busy.
As you can all tell, we're going mowing. Second cut. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. First, it's alright, I'm just getting all the mowers to talk about. First, huge thank you for Funky Farmer's video that he put shared on his channel. And obviously, we're very grateful for all of you that have come and subscribed to us. That is big, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully we can keep you well entertained. If you haven't yet done so though, other those that already have, please hit the subscribe, give us a thumbs up, that'd be most appreciated. Now, that's what I'm doing. As you can see, we are going mowing. Ads HRS, who is obviously at the moment, he's going topping, so that's what he's doing. As you saw him in his royal rudeness a minute ago. So he is off doing a bit of contract flailing whilst I knock some stuff down. Now, what I'm going to knock down is some second cut, and we're going to go look at the two fields that we reseeded. Which I'm slightly disappointing, but I'll get into that in a minute when we're there in the field. And I will show and I will talk about it. The wind. Light is not helping. You can see it's all wispy. Okay, so it's looking a little bit like a cornfield at the moment. Now this, as loads of you know, was drilled. I haven't come up to see it again because not a lot's been happening. So let's sit down here. There are some ryegrass plants that have come through, not very many, but we were expecting to have the hottest year known to man in years, and I'll get into that more in a second. When I go back to the tractor, I've got all over my shoulder, but the general take has probably been less than 3%, which isn't great, but other than this grass seed, we didn't really put a lot of money to it. Now, with the quietness of being here, and I can start mowing, you guys can sit there a second. So, what did we do? We topped it all off, direct drilled it. Now, in times gone by, we've never really done a lot of drilling in the spring before harvest. We usually do it more this time of year, so plants have got more time to establish through winter. So by establish I mean they get roots deeper. Now, with all the little seedlings that we put in, bless them, they all came up and they all shooted. You could go and part the grass and see all the ryegrass coming through. then we had the hottest summer that we've had here since, dare I say this, so I've heard this all my life, of the summer of 1976, and I'm sure lots of other farming sons have heard the whole thing of 1976, and the stories have depressed me for years of hearing about this summer, which seems to have happened slightly again. Anyway, we weren't expecting to have the summer of 1976. We were expecting to have more of our more traditional summers, a bit like showers here and there. Well, we had some showers to get the seeds to go, and then when the seeds got going, they basically just got burned off because it just got too hot for them. Which, yes, is very much annoying, and you could say it's a bit of a waste of money. It's totally fine. Also, yeah, some of you that are quite correct that we could have not done that, cut what we had in these two fields this year. Totally right as well, but at the same time, it's like you win some, you lose some, isn't it? Like, you know, you can't help that. If we had like the showers that we usually have and the wet spots that we usually have, it wouldn't have been a problem. But we didn't. So, just wait a second. Rigged up just because I don't want to start driving. I think that. Give them revs up. Let's get things going. So, back to what I was saying. So, yes, we have slightly, you say, lost out, but this is the first time this field is getting cut this year. You know, it is what it is. Can't change it. It's a decision that we decided to make. This time didn't pay off, and I'm sure many of you have had similar things. Before someone from Farm Simulator comes on and says, well, I don't have any problem with my crops, well, you lot have a mathematical algorithm on a computer game that pretty much gives you the perfect performance at all times, and you don't have to deal with all the bollocks that actually happens in the real world. Sorry to say that. So, with the drought conditions we've had, and everyone's had, obviously this has been a failed seeding, you might say failed experiment. But what we have done is, as you saw, slow dry grasses have died when have gone away. What we've done instead is left it for them to proper die out, because as I hit them with the mowers now and we'll come in and turn it, these seeds will get knocked off the stems because they're brittle and left behind. Does that make sense? So it's a bit of like a bonus go at it. But what myself and my man have been chatting about is what we might do is come back up, get some more grass seed and come back up and drill these two fields again, ready for next year. Because that's the best thing with the direct drill, we can just come along lots of it. But the main thing is, and some of you probably disagree totally, that we also, because we topped it to add nitrogen back to, give nitrogen to the plant. Those that say it won't work, fine, whatever. In the times we've done it in the autumn planting, it does work. Because the plant don't need loads of stuff, they just need some stuff. Change your angle a little bit so you can see the lines on that flowers. So, as I was saying, our reseeding job is, and has been this year, an absolute failure. And I'm quite happy just to say it as it is. protein. There's people that have got very low yields in what they're doing. You know, it's not been a normal time by a long shot. So, with what we do have here though, what we're going to do is, this is going to, so today is Tuesday, no it's not, Wednesday. I'm cutting 50, 60 acres now, not a huge amount, it won't take a lot of baling because there's obviously not a lot here compared to the first cut. HRS after he's topped, he's coming tedding behind me. He's only got top 5 acre field, so he'll catch up with me pretty quickly. It just gives me a bit of time to get ahead of him. And then after that we'll be baling Friday. This is only down the deck for 2 days. Because there's a lot of dead land in it, there's loads of green, so like obviously it's not going to be an absolute terrible product. It won't be as good as first cut, but this year isn't going to be a real year that is going to matter that much because everyone's down on quantity. People are just going to be looking for at some stage of the year that everyone's just going to want feed ended off. So any blade of grass anyone can get between now and winter is £3 million. video, I said that I was going off to cut about somewhere between 50 and 68%. That is not happened. So, some of you will understand what I'm about to say, some of you aren't going to quite believe what I'm saying. Grass can go the other way, and what I mean by that is it can grow and it can also shrink. And with obviously all the temperatures we have had rain down here, but in the last week we haven't had, so we had a lot of rain just over a week ago, then it's gone dry again, and it's also gone very windy, and it's pretty much ripping the moisture out of the ground. So I was supposed to cut the field that's next to me now. I'm not going to do that because it's less than it was a week before, 5 days ago. So I'm basically here picking out what I want to cut. So the fields that I come out to cut out here, 2 of them I'm leaving. This one I'm cutting out a section. So this field for us is a really, really, really useful field. So I'm not going to say the road's name, but a road that was put in down in Devon, a lot of the soil dug out of it was tipped here, and it's always held a lot of moisture. So it's a little bit like a floodplain. And on a year like this, it usually helps us out. So as you can see, I don't know how the lighting's working on the camera right now, so anyway, but it's really green, like really green. And if it gets a little bit more moisture, because it will have quite a lot of moisture on the ground in this field, it will give us usually quite a hefty second cut. But we were going to cut it today, and our van life decided we're going to take the gamble, and the only gamble to over that part there is if it rains and doesn't stop raining, we won't even be able to flail it to the ground, because we won't be able to get heavy gear on here like the baler to pick it up, because it will just, there's areas of the field that we can literally just drop to our axles. So it'll be a case of just topping it and putting green manure back in. But we're going to see what happens. We've got forecast rain next week, so hopefully what we're cutting now gets a little bit of recovery. But it's very much, I'm not cutting full air or full fields at the moment. I'm cutting sections of fields that there's enough grass to warrant running gear over, if that makes sense. So through the like just sheer price of fuel. What I'm saying about fuel is, even though this year you could sell probably anything 3, 4, 5 times over, there's still no point going chasing grass for the sake of it. If there's not enough there to pick up, it's cheaper and better for us to just have the toppers go out on tractor, on pass, flail it back in as fertiliser, than it is to go and run a set of triples, tedder, rake, baler and dray in. Especially if you're running all that gear over loads and loads of ground and picking up like 1 or 2 bales to a whole acre, even with the 6 or 5s that you do, it's just no point to it. You end up basically spending more money than you're making, if that makes sense. So this is why I'm sort of out cutting this little core of this field right now, because for some reason the soil in this little corner is always produced very well. It's a bit we don't have this soil everywhere, because that would be like a dream. But yeah, I'm going around just picking out heavy areas and we're just taking them away for a minute. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a nice bulk bit of rain, really gets into the soil and just helps bulk everything else up. Else, as I'm saying, we'll just, I'm not going to say the word bin it into the ground because it will still be a use as a green fertiliser, if that makes sense. But it won't be picked up and baled, it will just be, it is what it is scenario this year. That makes sense to everyone. Yeah, there's the price of fuel, the price of everything. There's no point running all this big expensive gear for no reason. That, if you ever understand that. But yeah, that's unfortunately me finished mowing. So out of the acreage that I've just done, I've probably only cut somewhere between 15 and 20. But it'll be a few bales, maybe 40 tops, I'd say. I don't think anybody more than that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we've got to be up around the 2 6-foots to the acre, because that would be the equivalent of 6 4-foots to the acre, which is okay second cut. I wouldn't say overly okay with the price. You know, fuel is still way too expensive than it should be, but it's kind of the best we can do for the moment, if that makes sense. So fingers crossed, this is all nice stuff, because it was nice stuff, it was done, and then it's all right. Now I'm going to head home and see what's going on there. I actually forgot that I actually had one other field to cut, which was pretty much all cocksfoot or orchard grass, you in the US, and it was actually looking alright, to be fair. So that's going to get baled up for our own cows. HRS is back because he's tedded the other fields. The field I just tedded isn't going to. The field that I just cut, God, tongue-tied. The field I just cut is not going to get tedded because we can't get the rake in the angle where the gateway is, unfortunately. So that'll just get picked up in the rows. Other than that, I now might go for a swim down the beach with the missus and chill out for a bit before another day tomorrow when I'm back out delivering. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next one. If you haven't yet done so, please subscribe, ring the bell, give us a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. You can also find us on Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. Until next time, cheers.